after the flood, searching for the lost chord. We had words unspoken like quicksilver in slow motion, our minds blown wide open, and then the fallout began. And some of us sank and some of us swam. Love's flame flickered in the sexual rip-off, mind games played in the masquerade. In the tangled forest of dreams, I'm a catalyst, but on this 21st century beach, life so nondescript, my heart's desires out of reach, across the rainbow bridge. In Valhalla, where my slain comrades feast, across the rainbow bridge. Hey, Mr. Lighthouse Keeper, I'm a Viking asylum seeker. Take me to your dream weaver. Let me get to toehold in this world around which the Midgard worm is coiled. Help me stay complimentous in a generation of misfits hanging on by our fingertips, puppets in the hands of the spirits. This slave don't suffer, fool's got 1 foot in the grave. It's a new set of rules, don't know how to behave. Power is a motivation, money is the blood of the nation. Adam and Eve were together before the fall. They took a bite of the apple, had to leave, serpent and all. And if you lived forever, you'd be sick of it all. That's cool like a deep freeze. Compulsion is a social disease. Fresh schemes, false starts, stale dreams. It all happens so fast. Anyway, the bird has flown. Tomorrow comes, forgets the past. No need to be on your own, sitting on the edge of a knife like a frightened rabbit in the kindergarten of life. We are riders of the wave. You can fly like an eagle, sit at the table of the brave, and grow old if you're lucky. But time turns the page, you exit the stage like a chicken in Kentucky. If I had a conscience, I'd shatter the silence, stop sitting on the fence. If you got a body, that's your fate. If you're in a skin, jump right in, don't be late. Take a breather and celebrate. Switch on your love receiver. Goddesses play on the highway, love hurts, but like a double-edged sword, truth comes first, and if the stars fall out of the sky, oh Lord, it's only shooting stars. Venus wrapped in the arms of Mars. On this merry-go-round, much has been lost, much still to be found. Little did we know what was to come back in a millennium. Fiction no match for history, which disappears without a trace across the jellyfish sea. So if my lyrics are in your face, give me a break. Bruggy, the god of poetry, inspire me with this apocalypse. So lend me your ears, we're going back a few years. The naked apes that crawled across the primeval jungle floor stole the age of the dinosaur, now use their fossil fuel to roar down highways like kings and queens and across the sky in silver machines. Under the sun in the 21st century, in a land of milk and honey, in a land ruled by money. Twin towers crumbled, the flames danced like wraiths, the stock markets tumbled, confusion reigns, and helicopter gunships search for who's to blame. Just another brother growing beans to get a little protein. Out of the darkness they came with a hellfire missile like it's a video game. If you raise a fist, your name's on the hit list. So the brothers in arms abandon the farm as the angry tribe commit grievous bodily harm to those who resist. And he became a terrorist. George Bush, Saddam Hussein, relax your grip. No more shock and awe or mother of war. Let's take a trip back to the Garden of Eden, where civilization began, down in the land of the Sumerian. Their temples now buried in sand. Giants once walked in that fertile land, when the world was young and slept with the daughters of man. So the story is told, they came from a faraway place in search of gold and kick-started the human race. Script. Well, I don't know where it is, but I'll just carry on.
Yeah, that's great. Amazing.
That is amazing.
And how the great flood came and reduced their cities to mud. And the world was born afresh in the reign of Gilgamesh. We don't want no war in Iraq. We come in out of the dark in the 21st century, only take a spark to start World War III. And we're told to save energy when oil fields burn and war games destroy countries. In a land where mammoths once roamed free, full of biodiversity, you're lucky to know in the Crystal City. Creatures that live on a wing and a prayer, see them on your widescreen TV that have no fair share. As this jewel in space completes another revolution, sentient beings on the wheel of evolution, under our care, in the land of creation. And are we due for another flood to come with elemental force reduce our cities to mud? Popocatépetl blew its whistle in the 21st century drizzle. The sea spilled over and the moon was covered in blood. When the earth moves again, too many people, the top of the food chain, living life in the fast lane, coming with a blank sheet, get programmed to wear a uniform, or you're on the street if you don't conform. The tribe of the suit took over the show a long time ago. They patent the fruit in the name of Monsanto, any allegations to refute, while the planet they pollute with their GMO. Is this a game of clones making love on a mobile phone while satellites stand sentinel to the whir of drones? It's the age of plastic, the water is full of it, rising infertility. Fossil fuel calamity, boat people dying at sea. Climate refugee camps as big as cities across the wall from the land of the free where the fat cat sits so pretty. The global pandemic, will they roll out 5G? No good for the birds and the bees. Artificial intelligence here to stay. Vaccination, the order of the day. Conspiracy theories abound. Fake news spreading around. Don't know what to believe. On the dark web, monsters are conceived. And then the internet went down. A solar flare knocked out communication, a magnetic flip in the planet rotation, tsunami ripple in the ocean. But they never stopped fighting till the end. Another dark age to spend in oblivion. When the earth moves again, my friend, the people scatter, there's nowhere to hide. The serpent strikes, and the silver arrows fly, and a searing, blinding mushroom fills the sky. The fatal shock, and we meet our doom on the eve of Ragnarok, as the gods lament this human experiment. Okay, that was sort of... was just written like over the years as the 21st century unrolled, you know, and it just seems to make the 20th century look like a day in the park, you know, what we're going through. Anyway, I'm going to lighten up now. And you know, it's springtime, Ballydehob Jazz Festival, the bluebells are out, and it's Beltane. If you can't get enough, then gather round the Beltane fire where the flames of unrequited love are fanned by the arrows of desire. Hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, rise again. Kith and kin, kith and kin, the wheel is turning. Relationships, they come in all shapes and sizes. Some are happy, some are sad, some are born in crisis. Take you on a journey full of surprises. Feel like you're made for each other, but if the chemistry is dangerous, you'd better take cover. Some women wear a veil but can pierce you with a glance. Others dress to kill, give a man a chance on an alcohol-fueled one-night stand. Like a cat plays with a mouse. Or 24/7 commitment and plan, time to build a house. Some are brother and sister, so spiritual. Can be awkward if you've got a lot of libido. As you rub my back, I'll rub yours, and the lonely cowboy to the rescue, the damsel in distress of course. Or you can be my secret lover for those clutching at straws. There's LGBT, you can be whoever you want to be in an age of androgyny. Subs and doms in leather thongs, whatever turns you on. Some go the extra mile, most are just for a while. Some are very animal. Watch out for the girls in the whirlpools, looking for new fools. They'll take you to the depths. By this subject we are all obsessed. This compulsion is a chemical process. Nature's state of hand to perpetuate our kind. A temporary aberration, put you out of your mind. You didn't want me, but you wanted my love that I couldn't afford to give. Was it that I couldn't get enough to live and let live? The sorrow collects in pools. I wish you knew the depth. In my dream we bent the rules. Our spirits met when I slept. I was running naked and unashamed with no sense of direction. You were in the garden untamed, on your own trajectory. We passed like old souls by the fountain without regret or expectation. You came in the rare realms of empty space. You came to me then. I saw your face. Our beings touched. We needed no explanation. And then we slipped back into our separate roles. You the Inquisition, I was on the rack. You were burnt as a witch, I was heaping on the coals. You were the hunter, I was the prey. You served me coffee in a roadside cafe. You were the stranger, I was the priest, and I was the guest at your wedding feast. We are ships in the night. All I can do is project, but when you get me in your sights, my world stands on its head. Violets aren't blue anymore, roses aren't red, my heart's a 1,000-piece jigsaw. What kind of magic is this to get bewitched or turn a frog into a prince with a kiss? My heart's a 1,000-piece jigsaw. You took me to the stars, you're a hijacker, and left me on Mars. Sometimes I went to Mars, sometimes I went to Venus. Ma had green eyes with stars, and Venus were diamonds of blue ice. Ma is an active volcano. You don't know when she'll blow. She's a goddess and plays with men like a cat plays with a mouse. Venus with a moon of her own, 9 years old and precocious. I was in love with Venus till she dropped me like a stone. Says she don't change for no man, as cool as a cucumber. She's a Viking queen, but I lost her number. Mars has a dark complexion and a sweet sunny nature. She's with an Andalusian connection. She has dreams of the future. She's a child of the revolution, a natural survivor. And I'm a satellite going from one to the other, but I'm on my own tonight, looking for an Earth mother. Is this Olympian joke on us? There was a man called Jung, talked about the animus inside every woman, of the anima that drives a man to assuage his loneliness in the mirror of his soul. A lady, the queen of the night, with his heart like a thief she stole, in and out of consciousness, all down the halls of rock and roll. Like birds of paradise we prance, And Our Lady, the Queen of the May, delights us all in a spiral dance. Come with me, she says, come with me, she says, I am your heart's desire. Come with me, she says, I am your heart's desire. And the Beltane fire kindles the night, reflecting the green man's glance. Come with me, he says, come with me, I am eternal fire.
Have I got time for one more? Okay, short one. All right. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Everybody's on one side of the fence or another at the moment, and I wrote this in the lockdown. I started writing it in listening to COP26, and. So, I would be the happiest man alive if I thought that climate change wasn't happening. But it was 39 degrees in Seville this morning, so we'll wait and see. The world keeps on rocking, but it's kind of shocking to witness an eco-crime. It all happened in my lifetime. We're all complicit to let it happen in our lifetime. I didn't notice paradise get flattened. We had a nice time, it flew. But the Queen of Nice died in 2022. Who lived through all the wars with God on her side, fighting for the cause. And the whites and the reds and the trigger happy heads are at it again, a waving the flag, a spaceship being hijacked. As politicians threaten nuclear war, we couldn't make it up. And we're running out of time as gas pipelines get blown up. We lived through it all. War is an eco-crime. Better settle things playing football. 70 years of plenty and the coffers are empty. We've been on a fossil fuel holiday. Turned a page in the space age, a little too late for the natural world, as into the future we're hurled. Environmentally bankrupt. Our spaceship being hijacked by mercenaries who think they know best as Ukrainians fight for their lives and floods wipe out Bangladesh. You're lucky to survive as Hurricane Ian flatten the Caribbean. Time to wake up from the American dream. We're spoilt for choice, like driving a Rolls Royce. Meanwhile, people don't have a voice because there's too much noise, and the morality police are all over the place, like we're born in a uniform and it's all in your face from the moment you're born. Not much hope for the human race. 8 billion aboard this ship flying through space into oblivion if we let it get hijacked. Only arms dealers making a profit, tearing up the garden like they own the planet, plundering the ocean, no pardon. Fighting for the turf on planet Earth, but we're only passing through. What's a man to do? We all in the same stew. Better relax, enjoy the view as this starship sails around the Milky Way. From the time of Jesus, as long as night follows day, it's an oasis in the chaos. Conscious people today better keep it that way. Thank you. I always wanted to have a mic.
Somebody take that mic away from me.